welcome back to Fake Deep Thinking. Just a group of friends sitting down, talking about the world.
Ooh.
Today we have with us John.
Yes, sir.
Doc.
What's up?
And myself, Eugene. Wasn't as funny the second time.
No, I just noticed.
Yeah, no, I didn't hit the same.
He put effort into making sure it wasn't. I'm gonna get it right this time.
Yeah, just so y'all in the loop, we had a little bit of audio issues, so we had to redo it. And the first time Doc said "What's up" was freaking hilarious.
Yeah, I don't know why. I guess it just came out like rushed. If that makes any sense.
Okay, so back to the topic we're talking about. So a trending topic that happened this week was Neekolul. Quick backstory: if you guys don't know who Neekolul is, click to this. Well, I guess I deleted the
She
picture.
didn't even have a lot of subscribers.
I mean, that's enough to make a decent living, and I'm pretty sure she makes.
I have a serious question here, but I'll ask later.
All right. Maybe. I don't know. But so she went viral. Her claim to fame was her TikTok clip where she was wearing a Bernie shirt and did the OK Boomer little dance thing to it. And then also, I'll just pull up the picture again so we're all familiar with it. So Neekolul, OK Boomer. Oh, look, maybe you have it right here. And I think I saw what you saw.
I wasn't tripping, right?
No, this is about the. No, that's just an article about the actual, and we're just gonna react to it. I
Okay,
don't want to read
okay.
this. We're just gonna react to it. But yeah, her tax the rich shirt from AOC, and then the OK Boomer thing. Like that's pretty much it. That's her claim to fame. Doing a little dance, and then here are some of her Instagram pictures. Yeah, there's a Bernie, and here's more clips of it.
That face of fucking Tim Cook.
I need to find that clip. That would have been better. But anyway,
Tim Pool.
Anyway, so yeah, that's Neekolul, and then she, I think, wasn't really thinking when she released this clip, but a $10 million apartment tour her new apartment.
Huh?
Yeah, her apartment's $2 million.
Oh.
Thank you for catching that. I saw the two. For some reason, the 10 came out.
I said, "Oh, we about to get some more information coming from Eugene right now."
Keep it slipping like that.
God damn it!
So we're gonna do a quick skim of this clip, make some jokes, make some comments, and yeah. So boom, walk in.
Where is this apartment at? Like what city?
I'm confused where it's at too.
Is it like a $2 million apartment in LA?
If it's in LA, that would make more sense, right?
Yeah, because it looks like a regular apartment.
Pretty fucking huge.
It's clearly like a downtown like skyrise like badass place. But as far as like luxury apartments go, it's like kind of basic. So it has to be in like a really expensive city.
That's what I was saying. It had to be New York or something, or LA or something, for her to be like. That's not LA. I would have recognized LA.
Yeah, because I'm about to say I don't recognize those towers.
No, it wasn't New York either, to be honest with you. Well, not Brooklyn.
You can fucking triangulate her location.
The whole kitchen is controlled via iPad.
If she's
Sort
an
of sold by
AOC
New
supporter,
York
she
rap.
might be in New York though, but upstate. No, but she's in the middle of the city. You can see the skyline.
You guys can follow me to the east wing of the house, of course.
The
East wing.
of the house.
You mean a little over there? That's what that should be called. A little over there, that way.
Let's skip ahead a little bit.
Look at the washroom. This bitch ain't This shit ain't $2 million, bro.
I've never had a laundry room, so this is pretty cool. Usually my
Is it a condo she purchased or is it something she rents?
So this is pretty fancy. And then this
Can you
is
rent
the
out a
bathroom.
$2 million apartment?
It has a view of
She's lying.
I guess you can, but if
So look at the skyline. What does this look like?
that kind of looks like
Here, let's fast forward to actual like a better clip of the skyline when she actually goes out there. Where it
that kind of looks like New York. Is that the Sears Tower over there?
60 views of the city, but it has like 180.
Maybe it's not. Never mind.
I guess.
Yeah, that's what's bothering me.
I've grown accustomed,
It looks like New York, but I don't see any building I literally recognize.
but I'm still getting used to it. We watch a lot of Catfish, as you can see.
And she would be able to see the new towers.
So like 40 times.
Right, here's a better clip. She actually goes out there. Okay.
I was gonna show you guys this, but I might as well show you. But we have a pretty sick view. I just hate being
Whatever that green building is, the one thing to discover.
That's the only thing.
With the,
That is actually that kind of doesn't look like New York.
It's not New York.
Yeah, I don't think that's
It's
New York.
pretty cool
Yeah.
sometimes to come
It's
out
too
here.
flat.
All right, back inside. 'Cause I'm
That
getting
apartment's not $2 million. That's gonna be my first observation off the rip.
Well, it just depends on the
She's
location.
lying.
That's all it is. It's
What
like
location other than New York or
California. Yeah, no, I'm right there with you. That's why I said it depends on the location. So here's the first closet. Remember we were talking about this before we
Okay.
started. This is the first closet.
And then all of this area over here is mine.
Wait, who's with her?
I think her
And this
boyfriend.
down here is mine as well. So pretty much Nick is these two racks right here. And
The guy
like
recording is not
this
her boyfriend. I
top
think it's her
area.
cameraman.
But he has his man cave. That's what matters.
I could be
right?
wrong. Like I don't follow her like that to know the details like this. Just thought this would be funny to talk about.
Let's move on.
I wonder why she did it though. If it was just like content that she needed or something.
Apparently,
'Cause
she
this-
promised her followers and fans.
She's showing
that-
off.
Yeah, that's exactly what she's doing. Obviously showing
You
off,
just
but
never
her excuse is she promised that when she moves, she'll show it like her new apartment. That's
Oh God, I
that's
can't believe I opened
yeah,
that.
that's what that
Alright,
is.
let's
Yeah.
go, let's go.
But like John said last time before we started this, her fit is fire. Though, I'm not
Her
gonna
fit
lie.
is fire, and you can tell she cared about details. Like she has striped socks. There's no white, blue. There's no double white. There's no double blue. Blue is touching white every part of her outfit.
Yeah.
That's
Coordinated very
Snorlax,
well.
bro.
You know what I'm saying? Like the top of this dress isn't blue. She made sure it was white, and then it goes into blue and white.
It works.
But yeah, this is the main Snorlax.
Nice set.
Okay, then her bathroom, which looks pretty basic.
We have Adventure Time towels, hand towels.
Let me tell you why. Because she just moved into a $2 million apartment from nowhere. She just set her washer and dryer in her kitchen.
I think when she meant that it was like a separate room, but next to the kitchen, because it wasn't in the kitchen. It
No,
was like
she said in her last apartment.
Oh, that's what she said.
So she
Gotcha.
moved from a place where it's just
Gotcha.
We have a lot of
oh,
Adventure Time
cameraman,
figurines.
a little kid, it's a little brother.
Yeah, it's like a little brother or
I'm trying to
something.
get carpets and stuff, but that's in the making.
It's adorable.
And yeah, this is where I get ready for stream and stuff.
Yeah, dude, she kind of just seems like a
Hello.
internet
Kid.
kid
How old
that
is
got
she?
rich.
That's my cameraman right there. But yeah, this is where I get ready for stream.
I think she's mid-20s, early 20s. Yeah,
So she went with the whole like tax the rich thing. She went with the flow with what was popular, and then she got rich off of it, and now she is a part of the problem. And now she's
And now, welcome to my stream room. Come in, come in.
I'm not gonna lie, this stream room is pretty badass.
This
Like, I'm
my
not
stream,
gonna
you
hate.
guys might recognize it from my streams. This is
Yeah.
my little setup over
Yeah, I
here.
do dig that
You
room.
Notice my monitors, the Snorlax in the back.
The one thing I do wonder though about like people that get internet rich, they don't get taxed the same. They basically do what people who are rich do, where they evade taxes, because it's so new of a frontier that they're not taxed the same. I'm not too sure if they have to file like the way that like people who get tips file for taxes, but for the most part, like the internet, and especially in the United States and internet businesses, like, dude, we don't tax it. Like Europe's a bit more progressive in this sense, where they force you. And now recently the G7 has filed like some plans to try to tax people for essentially making money off the internet, but for the most part they're evading taxes the same way.
Here because it's all about content. It's all about
I mean,
content
you're preaching to the
creating,
choir here, Doc. I'm right
and
here with
it's
you, like.
definitely all the things that I like. So,
Alright,
shout out
so let's
my
get to
viewers
the
for
last
helping me
part that I
decorate my
thought was
stream room.
hilarious.
Okay,
So here,
and-
boom, here, this one. Her second closet.
Okay, I just like to
Actually, let's
shop
go
a
through
lot.
because when we watched this, John had to point some things out. So let's
Okay,
have John
and
point them out
other than
again.
that, I think the last thing I'm gonna show you guys is my closet, my second closet. Okay, listen. Okay, I just like to
Okay,
shop a
boom.
lot.
I noticed something else now. Pause.
Pause.
Blue purse on the top left, Gosha Rubininsky.
I see it.
It's a Russian designer. He puts all that type of wording on his shit. It's overpriced, probably somewhere between $600-700.
Like
Okay,
clothes.
let's
I
move
like
on to the next thing.
looking cute. Okay. Okay, so don't judge me, but this is my closet. I have a lot of
Dior purse.
cosplays.
Boom, pause. Dior Chucks. She had the Dior Converses. She has them in black and white. Under the white versions,
Yeah.
she has a pair of Balenciaga runners.
Those right there.
Yeah, big ass boat shoe. They're big ass shoes for no reason.
I see them.
Keep going.
Okay.
She has good taste.
She really does. I'm not gonna hate.
Pause. Christian Dior clutch bag or body bag. I don't know what it is. It's not a purse because this is the thing is too thick. It's too big.
Oh, the strap
Yeah, the
itself?
strap
Yeah,
itself
yeah.
is too big. I think that's an Acne purse. No, she knows her shit.
Cables, if I need chargers.
Yeah, that is
they're all
Gosha.
Right here, my switch, light strips to make my content space more colorful, and
So what you're saying is she didn't buy that with no
some
socialist
cuffs
money.
right here, and all my neat, cute stuff. So, other than that, that is my stream room. All right, guys, that's it for my apartment.
But it's also possible all those things were gifts.
The
The type of lifestyle she lives.
So, only thing I gotta say, and I'll probably get hate for this, but I don't care, is it really bothers me, and I'll say it, that I don't want to say girls, but I guess when people accrue a level of wealth by not doing anything, I'm sorry. Well, like what did she really do to earn this amount of money? Except look like we saw in these pictures over here, except look very pretty. Oh, it's so I don't know. That's my
She
personal.
monetized
gripe.
people's interest in her.
Is it interest or lust?
It's all clout, bro.
Interest.
Gosh, you're not.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So like,
You gotta turn the
don't be
clout
interested in
into
her.
cash.
Yeah, like don't be interested. To be honest with you, she'd be more useless if she had all these followers and was broke.
Won't do anything with-
Yeah, you was broke. What are you doing? Get away from me. I mean, like I said, this is my first time even seeing this girl. So I don't know if, as far as politics-wise, how deeply rooted she's in. It just seems like she dipped into something, got a little clout off of it,
I don't
and
think
ran
she's
with
really
it.
political active. I just think because she is as attractive as she was, that particular.
Do you know if her content is based around that still, or is that just that video?
I think it was just that video. I think she just happens to be a Bernie supporter, an AOC supporter, and because she's actually a vocal supporter, she just. Got
Oh, I
traction.
mean, and then people can be critical or whatever, but then still, from her point of view, so what? Like, I just made a video and I made some money off of it. Like, who thinks my opinions can't change? Like,
No.
as far as like being like,
I mean, has her opinion changed?
We don't
As
know.
far as I'm concerned,
We don't know.
capitalism still reigns supreme.
100%. I mean, but
Well,
I don't. Did she say did she verbatim say I want socialism?
I don't. Well, if she's a Bernie and AOC supporter, I don't think she's a socialist. I think she's a social democrat, which I don't really understand the difference personally. But
Okay, because I'm just.
I think it's the difference between saying like leftists and classical Democrat or something like that.
sure.
But I also think we're putting a whole bunch of opinions on her that she's never said. Like, I think a lot of these people, they do videos, they do.
Well, I'm not trying to put
whatever.
any opinions.
No,
I just
not
think
you,
it's
but I'm
funny
saying
that
the
it's
people that are.
very clear, a little bit of contradiction going on. I
Exactly.
think it's funny.
But no, what people are pissed off
Yeah.
about this.
Oh, people are pretty upset about
That's
this.
what I'm
That's
saying.
why it went viral.
But she never said.
As we pointed out in the other or earlier, like what was it, 41,000 dislikes and 3,000 likes?
45.
45. Like damn.
I think she
And the
just
comments
made a video.
were brutal.
And it also shows who actually watches her videos, which is conservatives, which is funny to me.
I don't know if that's true.
I think that's
but maybe
exactly
it
what
is.
happened.
Go on, Doc. You saying something?
Well, I think she just made a video when she was younger, following the trend, and then became viral, and then decided to do something with that viral like influence, and just kept doing that. And now she's like, now that she's rich, you might be right. She probably has a different outlook because now she's actually rich. But back then, like, she wasn't rich, and she was just kind of like.
She got her taxes back. She was like,
doing-
"What?"
She was just making videos. You know what I mean?
I'm 100% there.
Just
with
asking
you.
for attention, and then she got it, and she's
I feel
probably a different
okay.
person now.
This is my opinion. This is my opinion. I feel like it's a whole bunch of I don't want to say super educated, but people. It's like, okay, it's like somebody coming up to me and being like, "Man, LeBron fucking sucks. He's not that great," but they don't really watch basketball, and them end up with a LeBron jersey or something like that later on, and I'm like, well, you fucking wearing a LeBron jersey. You told me you didn't even think he was that awesome. Blah, 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 blah. But they really didn't even care that much about their original opinion. You know what I'm saying? There's just some shit to say. Like, oh, LeBron sucks. Everybody's saying LeBron sucks. LeBron sucks right now. Then you get the jersey. So I just don't feel like her goal was always the money.
Definitely.
It was
Like,
always,
I completely agree with
it
you.
was
That's
just
why.
always the money.
That's why my point, and I still stand by this point. I think it's freaking hilarious that she preaches Bernie Sanders and AOC.
But that's what I'm saying. She's
and
not preaching.
She's
not
okay,
preaching.
you're
That's
right,
my
I shouldn't say
point. Yeah.
preaching.
That's my whole point. She
Believes
doesn't
in
believe.
it.
Does she? Does she? Because based off her actions,
No, I'm right there with you. But like,
She doesn't
She
believe
says
it.
one thing and does another. Exactly. That's why
But
it's
that's
funny.
that's why I'm asking if her content does her content continue to talk about that type of stuff, or was it just that one video? Because if her content is always like, oh, liberal, or oh,
So you're saying she has a personal belief and a private belief and a public belief?
not even that. I'm saying if she made that one video and didn't talk about it ever again, and now we're just finally talking about her $2 million apartment, it's possible that she didn't really believe what she said, or that wasn't an opinion that she held too strongly, is what I'm saying. And so as far as her doing this or somebody being pissed off about it, she was always chasing the bag.
I mean,
and you
people
could
getting
always
pissed off
tell that.
about it is a little bit extra. Like,
Yeah,
if you're
I
pissed
think-
off about this, you gotta chill. Like, it's just funny. Like,
Yeah,
laugh
it's
about
hilarious.
it. Like, it's hilarious.
Exactly.
Like, laugh about
Like,
it.
look at her
I think
embarrass
that's the
herself.
thing. She just kind of sold out. I don't think she's like a
Yes.
charlatan where she's lying to people, but I think she genuinely just sold out. Like,
100%.
and just went with it.
She followed
Yeah,
the
that's something I can
bag.
think of.
She followed the bread. That's it. She followed the bread.
Hey, no hate though. Like,
No
I'll be
hate
honest.
at
I'm
all.
jealous. Like, I want to be able to live in a $2
Wait,
million
what?
apartment.
Gene, what?
Yo, bro, just be
It's
socialist
just that
for a while.
being a male porn star doesn't pay enough.
Right? You're not wrong. I wish I could sell Pete pics.
What?
Just
Feet?
put like a like a
Bitch.
dick sock and just put Bernie on it and wear that for a little while, and then see how that goes.
All right, let's get out of this. Let's get out of this.
A
Let's,
dick sock with Bernie on it.
Let's talk about
And a rainbow.
some rumors go around with Kevin Durant. So apparently,
First off, I believe Kevin Durant is in a relationship.
I could be wrong. I don't know. I don't think he is though.
Okay, if he is in a relationship, I would like to start off this by saying black men don't cheat. Okay, go ahead, Gene.
Because it's confirmed he went on a date with this woman.
Okay,
So-
but black men don't cheat. I just needed that to be out there. Okay.
Sure. Okay. Hashtag black men don't cheat. I'll
Okay,
put
come
that in
on.
the title. So you got Lana Rhoads. I didn't know who Lana Rhoads was. I
Most
had to look
popular
her up.
porn star.
But she is a popular porn
She
star.
was on the Flagrant podcast. She's also in a relationship.
No, she was.
They broke up.
Yeah, it was a toss up because she's pregnant right now. That's so I can finish this segue into this new topic.
I'm invested to this. I watched that whole interview. She was lovely. She's like a funny ass person. Damn.
So Lana Rhoads, porn star. She was dating one of the co-hosts to the I don't know what it's called, but the podcast with Logan Paul.
Mm-hmm.
I think it says his name up here. Actually, let me just go up here.
Yeah,
this
that's
guy.
him.
Yeah.
That's him. He also was on the podcast. Majik.
Yeah, I didn't say it's a weird name. I'm trying to find it right now.
Down.
There you go, Mike.
Majlac.
Majlac. God, okay, I'm sorry. And apparently it wasn't him because I guess they broke up in that time frame and they haven't really been in like that involved with each other. Allegedly, all this is allegedly.
I ain't gonna lie to you. If they can't work, I know this is gonna sound like some shit. If they can't work, you can't date a porn star. It's hard. It's too hard for a man.
That's the question I want to lead into once we get all this done. So, and then now apparently there's rumors she went on a podcast right here, 3 Girls, 1 Kitchen, and she opened up about how she went on a date with a certain Brooklyn Nets player, and she revealed how the Nets player was a Libra. And what are you looking at me like that for?
3 Girls, 1 Kitchen.
3 Girls, 1 Kitchen.
Now, if I say that,
Nah, I've been on that for a minute too.
if I say 3 Girls, 1 Kitchen, I'm sexist. What's 3 Girls doing in the kitchen? Why is that the name of their podcast? Do they cook?
I have no idea. This is the first time I've ever heard of this podcast.
Okay, we'll leave that alone.
Yeah, I don't want to dive too deep into that. That's
3
probably
Girls,
for
1
another
Kitchen.
time.
And I'll
maybe.
tell you what, any man who hears that
I'm pretty sure it's
title
white
has been
guys,
scarred.
too.
Has been scarred by just the way anything that says number and then girls and then 1 and then anything. Men of my generation are scarred from. We do not need to discuss
Yeah.
why. We all know.
Cup.
Yes. And so as soon as I saw 3 Girls, 1 Kitchen, and then you're talking about a porn star, I was like, whoa. Did they need more space than the cup?
That's what I thought too. I was like, bro, this is gonna be heavy. How many cups are in that kitchen? What the fuck?
Y'all are savage.
Well, it was 3 girls, so 1, 2, 6 cups, technically.
Okay.
Titties!
Terrible jokes. I need a fucking soundtrack.
Oh, hey, camera.
Well, anyway, apparently she was a Libra, and Kevin Durant's the only Libra on the team, so it's allegedly right now that might be Kevin Durant. But it's funny because apparently that the date that she did allegedly go on with Kevin Durant was apparently a VIP date to one of the basketball games, and she brought like a friend with her to the date, and she also made it clear that she's not having sex with him. So he was like, okay, cool, and he brought his side piece. Also,
Kevin Durant.
savage, bro. He's
like that though.
savage.
He's been on a tear lately. He's like that.
Because it's funny, because that's why she has this comment right here. Like, however, Lana didn't necessarily have much praise for the person or the date in general, calling him boring and saying that he wasn't spicy enough for her taste. Beyond that, she explained that the athlete even brought another woman as a backup date to their encounter. It seems as though things weren't as magical as one would hope on the first date, but that hasn't discouraged the internet from speculating. Apparently, it wasn't the first date, but I really don't know the two details. I just think this is freaking hilarious because she's pregnant,
hold
and
on.
it might be KD's baby.
No, but this was hilarious because she told him she wasn't going to give him no cheeks. But what we talking about here is baby, meaning some cheeks was given. Continue. Hi, he still got in there.
Maybe. We don't know.
Allegedly.
Exactly. We don't know. So I guess now that finally all that's done, I guess the question is like, was Kevin Durant wrong? Are we up? Or
Wrong? No. Kevin Durant is never wrong.
My guy.
Let's start there. Do you know the last time I questioned Kevin Durant, they lost. I know this has nothing to do with
Because last time we called
it.
talk about Kevin Durant, I was like, nah, he's not wrong at all.
He's not wrong.
Perfectly played it.
They lost to the Clippers. Yes, he was on the Warriors.
Yeah.
They lost to the Clippers one game, and everybody was boosting the Clippers. And the interviewer said, "Are you guys worried?" Da, 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 da. He looked at him and said, "Bro, do you know who I am? I'm Kevin Durant." And he's like, "No, I'm Kevin Durant." So as far as I was concerned, after that, he dropped 50. I was done questioning Kevin Durant. He can do whatever he wants. He brought a backup date and then still smashed the original member of the date eventually. Where did he go wrong?
Maybe.
Allegedly. Allegedly. Where did he go wrong? And Kevin Durant ain't out here saying that he fucked a porn star. He about to play in the conference finals right now.
Mm-hmm.
Big ups to Brooklyn. And he playing for Brooklyn, so he can't do no wrong in my eyes, to be honest with you. And then on top of that, it just doesn't make sense to me. Niggas rarely know do all these guys know their signs for real? Could have been she thought he was a Libra. Could have been a guy, what sign are you? I don't know. I've heard people say Cancer before. Cancer. Like, bitch, you're a porn star. Like, what am I trying to talk? Like,
So now that you say that, so you're a porn star. So do you think you could ever date a porn star?
not me.
Not me
Not
either.
actively. She can be an
What do you
active
mean?
porn star.
Okay. So like if you would date a porn star, she'd have to quit.
No, she would just have to have quit before me. I've cannot be the reason she quits.
Gotcha.
I've been trying to really work myself around, like, I don't know, an ego thing. So I don't need her to quit for me, because then there's she can now say, I left this for you. So in a way, like, you owe her, or
It's like leverage or something like
yeah,
that.
like leverage. Either way you look at it, it's just not healthy.
Gotcha.
So I would want the person to make the decision on their own, and then I can enjoy all that freaky shit.
I don't know if that's better than me or not, but no, that's a no-go for me. I'm sorry.
Just ever?
Ever. Like, I don't think I could, like, seriously? No. But I could probably, I could engage you in some fun, but after that, like, that's all it is fun.
Yeah, I feel you. I'll tell you this. I don't know that I could, but I would give it an honest try. That's what I'm saying.
You're better than me. I don't think I could give it an honest try. I'm being honest. Like,
Yeah, I think I'd
could.
give it a try. And then be like, it was fun.
It was
but
fun,
I would be safe
yeah.
as fuck.
So,
like,
hold
I'd
on,
be
time out.
fucking, like,
Time out.
double wrapping. I'd be taking like, fucking like pills, like some vitamin C pills and shit like that. And I'd be precaution and
So,
everywhere.
time out. You guys say that you would give it an honest try, but then you say, but it'll be fun. So, does that mean you're giving it an honest try? Because an
I
honest
agree
try
with that.
means
No, I
you're
agree.
dating with the potential goal of marrying this woman.
I agree with everything you said. The way he worded it, how quickly he said it was fun. It was like, I'm just telling you I'm giving it an honest try, but really, bitch, come on now. Really, bitch, come on now. No, but I sincerely would give it an honest try up until I realized I could not, is what I'm saying. Like,
if you got there.
Yeah, like,
you'd date her, actually find out if you could.
The me not dating her or me stopping dating her wouldn't be from anything in her past. It would be from something about me that I couldn't deal with. For example, like, I can't deal with people mentioning it when we're out or something like that. Or people running up and saying, "Oh, I love your scenes," or shit like that. Until I've encountered that
I
interaction,
couldn't handle that.
But I was just like,
I'd
I
say
don't
that.
know.
Yeah, or like imagine meeting coworkers and be like,
Yeah,
"What's
dude,
up, bro?
exactly.
What's up,
I
bro?"
couldn't. I personally could not handle that. I don't think that's an insecure thing either. It's just like no, like it's not about the fact that she's had sex with a bunch of men. Like every man, every woman that's playing in our generation has sex with a bunch of people. Like that's just something that you have to accept. Like the whole body count thing, I think is a dumb argument nowadays.
No, it's
like
dead.
it's exactly it's dead. It's just the fact that like it's in public. I can just search your name and I can now see you engaging in those actions. And me as a man, I don't want that as for my woman. I just don't. I can't do that. My woman, no.
You know what? I agree with you because to a certain extent, you are allowed to be man and woman. This isn't. I'm not talking about just any specific gender. Be possessive over each other, but that's based on the commitment level, in my opinion. So, like, if you're talking about marriage, you know what I'm saying? That's different. But as far as like going on dates and trying to work towards something, I would give it an honest try until circumstances came up that I was like, oh, okay. I thought maybe I would be ready for this, but like you said, you know for sure you can't right now. I'm just saying I don't know yet until the situation. I would try my best not to just make it about me, because it's about you when you're coming to that conclusion. It's not about her. You know what I'm saying? She did what she did. The guy came and commented on what
you
you
made
know
a
what I'm
choice.
saying?
That's fine.
But
Like someone
your
in the
choice
life,
is to respect yourself
Yeah.
and say, I just don't want to, which is respectable. I'm just saying, until that circumstances happens in front of me, I can't say no. That's it.
Because I know it would bother me.
100%. I know right now it would bother me. But is it something I'd be willing to try and work on?
No.
Is my thing.
I wouldn't.
Well, I've also heard that there's like weird implications that come with relationships like that. Like the guys that she dates. Well, from like the interviews I've seen with porn stars, the girls that I've seen speak about it, they say like the guys they date expect the same kind of performance that they have in video at home.
That would make sense to me though,
because they're actors, and so like she's like, no, like I'm not always like
Sex isn't like that, man.
Yeah, she's like, I'm not always that person. Some people are, but like some of the actresses are just actors. Like,
so okay, I got a question for you then. So from what you just said about what some porn stars say, do you think then when they have sex privately, do they enjoy it more or like?
Yes.
So I mean, actually, I'm not sure. I still don't know. That's a genuine question. I don't know.
Yes.
And the reason why I asked that question because is there a difference? Because you, like Doc said, I agree too. Like to a certain degree, they're acting. I apparently even found out that when they do those like what are they called? Cream pie scenes
it's
or
fake.
whatever the stuff. It's fake.
Yeah.
It's like what?
Yes.
It's eucalyptus.
Yes,
or
Gene,
fuck
the
it's
answer
called.
to all of your questions is yes.
So
when I lived in California,
oh my gosh, here we go, John. Story time.
there was a porn star. She's actually really popular, so I won't say her name.
I mean, later, just later. later.
I was about to type it for my boy.
Yeah, later.
So, she liked the party. We ended up bumping into her and kicked it maybe for like 4 or 5 months. You know, my curious ass had to ask. And this is a girl that's like on Brazzers, Bang Bros, like she's established. And she was like, she prefers it because it's more intimate. So like
Boom, that's
their kink.
That's what I want to
Their
get to.
kink is intimacy.
Because
real intimacy.
Because I watched an interview and they interviewed a porn star, not the Schultz one with Lana Rhoads. It was a different one. And they said when they have partners, they have to make certain things exclusive. Like when it comes to intimacy, you can only cuddle with me. You can't cuddle anybody else. Like that specific intimate aspect is just between us.
100%. And that's exactly what she was like. She said it's intimacy. Like they're actually more romantic or more hopeless romantics than
that's
the
what
average
I've heard,
person.
that like the actual physical act to them is very disconnected because it's just a bodily thing. So to them, the most important part that they cater is the pure emotion of it. And if somebody can hold that emotion, like that's how they show loyalty in that sense.
This is obviously coming from my religious perspective now. Isn't that kind of, let me choose my words carefully here. Isn't that kind of weird to be? I was going to say a different word. I was going to say a different word. Like that was the best word I could come up with.
Said, let me pick my words carefully. And he said, isn't that kind of weird?
Let me finish my thought, and then you can tell me a better word I should have used.
No, I'm not going to correct you. Probably think the same shit.
The ability, because I guess for me, it's I kind of relate to it a bit because I mean, let's be honest here, I was a little bit of a freaking slut back in my college
Let's
days.
be honest.
Yeah, I was a little bit of slut in my day. So then when I say this, it's a little bit of deflection. I'm gonna be real. The ability to disconnect yourself from having sex, because honestly, sex is the physical manifestation, the physical act of expressing your love for somebody, and then to be able to disconnect that physical act into something as nuanced as masturbating, and then apply that physical act of love to something else, like for example, cuddling. Isn't that I don't know, weird?
No, I think
No,
no. I think it's the
work,
opposite.
man.
I think it's
Is
the
it?
opposite. I
Okay,
think
okay.
your exact sentence should be flipped. I think the weird part is looking for the intimacy in sex.
But that's very intimate. That's why intimacy is in
but
sex.
why? Because of the physical part. But the intimacy that they're talking about is emotional, and there's not much you can show somebody emotion during sex, but
I
you
mean,
can
same
also
can be
show
said about the
somebody.
other things.
That's what I'm saying. The
It's
other
just
parts of
that-
the relationship are more. They're more opportunity to show actual intimacy than sex. Sex, you can show intimacy one way, whereas in a relationship, you can show it. There's a whole bunch of ways to show real intimacy. You know what I'm saying? Or like listening, maybe a massage, maybe just small things, small gestures here and there. Those are more intimate. So I would think those would be the things that we actually need to value. And the
for
reason
sure.
the reason why I actually
But
think
isn't
your
it still
sentence is-
wrong to then devalue sex then?
No. I do agree.
So
I think it's wrong to devalue it, but I also think we have to balance it too, because if you're not a sex worker, you probably value sex too much. Honestly speaking, you know what I'm saying? And so then they've burnt out on that part.
Okay, then I guess my question then changes then. So obviously there'll be extremes. You can either value it too much, as we're saying, but then the other flip side be, can you value it not enough?
Yeah, 100%.
And I guess that's where I'm coming from. Is
That
it
guy's
seems like
the guy that was arguing monogamy.
okay.
Remember? You know what I'm talking about? Husband and wife on the podcast.
Yeah. Yes.
Boom.
Yes.
To your point, right?
Yes. Okay. Backstory. So husband and wife. I forgot what the podcast name is called.
Fuck them.
This guy. It's a good podcast, actually. I'm trying to remember the name because it's actually kind of dope. Like a married couple with the podcast, and they talk about, I guess their struggles and everything like that. And it's honestly pretty dope. Like, we need to see that so we get an idea of what. Anyway, anyway. So the husband had a question for the wife, which was, why did you ask for monogamy from me when later down the road, or even then, you weren't willing to actually satisfy the sexual needs that I have? So if you're not up for that, then why are we monogamous then?
That's a loaded question.
A little bit, right?
And no matter how she worded it, she was wrong. And so she may
tried to flip the switch.
And she may be undervaluing sex. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm right there with you.
But from the porn star's point of view, right? Why did you pick me?
Because of the sex.
Boom. So if you can show me in another way, I'm gonna give you the sex. The sex is a physical act. If that's just something you want, the intimate part of me is knowing you want it and me giving it to you in the way you want it. You feel what I'm saying? But as far as the sex part that you're doing for me, who's to say what does that do for me? What if that's not the part that I enjoyed the most? Like the roles are flipped almost for the man and the girl.
Yeah, they really are. I feel like with that other person, especially with the guy, I think this is also the issue that really, really strict pious people run into with their religions, is that they put sex on a pedestal and they value it too much that they're rigid about it, and so they treat it like a fucking ceremony, and it's just what? No, you want to have sex, you're feeling it,
Sometimes
it's not
this and that.
I'm right there with you. No, because I agree. Because honestly, for me, when trying to date, I've noticed that the type of girls I go for tend to be more on the Christian side. But then my issue with that, and it's not necessarily because they're Christians, it's just the type of demeanor, morals, and just the way they act. They tend to be more feminine. There we go. That's what I want to get to. I want a feminine woman. They tend to be more feminine. And my issue is pretty much what Doc say. They put it on a freaking pedestal. That's why I when you said balance, it made sense to me, because you can expect it, put it on this too much. It's just it's sacred, which I do
100%.
think to a degree it can be, but to the point where it's you're weird about it, it's relax.
Exactly.
And then, but
everybody has a preference.
But the problem is, then I still don't understand the other side, which is it's just something physical. arguably.
I don't. Okay, this is
I,
my
but
opinion.
I'm just with the balance. I guess my problem is I'm just always trying to understand that balance instead
get
of
what you're
understanding
saying.
the situation. If that makes sense.
I agree with what you're saying. I understand what you're saying, but I was actually saying something different. So what I was saying was that the intimacy
Yeah.
would lead to the physical.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's not that they don't value it at all, but the way for you to get
Which
the-
always leads. Okay, so
You get what I'm saying?
It still leads to physical.
Yes.
So what they want to enjoy instead of the act of the chase of getting me. It's like, I guess
they
want to
know you're there for them, I
Gotcha.
guess.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So then once that door's down, then it's like, oh, okay.
But my problem
Heads
is.
up, 7 up.
But my problem then is with that logic. Then is eventually you're going to get to the physical, right? And the problem is, but that level of intimacy that you're making me work towards, you're a porn star about it. You record it. You do it. You I don't know. For me, this like.
I'll say this too. Porn stars still have high sex drives.
Even if it's acting,
so
you're still portraying something in you.
If you're talking about quantity,
I guess
that wouldn't be the problem, because if it's just work for them,
mm-hmm.
like you say or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
they'll give it to him as much as he wants. So the number, it can't be the number. You know what I'm saying?
Not like I preface, like not about the body count, it's just about the product's public.
No, I'm talking about between the
For
couple.
me, at least, it's like I don't like that you've been public with the intimacy.
No, I agree with
something
that.
That's private and personal.
I'm talking about your point where it's like when you're talking about them valuing the intimacy part. Once they know you value them intimately, and then they give you the physical part. I've never heard a porn star interview with a low libido. They like to have sex. It's not that they don't like to have sex.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? So as far as like, I'm trying to take that part out of your not argument, but your point.
Okay.
That the porn stars still want to fuck. So it's not.
Well, I'm not
quantity.
denying that either.
So what part of it is it that they're not as freaky as, you know what I'm saying? What part of the sex
It's not that
do you think they're withdrawn from with their personal partners?
No, it's not that I don't think they're withdrawn. Like every person, I believe, because all of us desire someone in life. Like we all desire a partner. Who that partner is and all that stuff, like it doesn't matter. Like we all have that innate desire. We want someone. We want our. I'm gonna use the biblical term. We want our rib. For men, we want our missing rib, and for women, they want to find where the rib belongs.
Daddy.
My question then is, I guess, or not question, the issue is just when it comes to that level of intimacy, even though they have a different level of value towards it than I do, because I value it a little bit differently, I guess. That's why it's just a hard no. Like I don't know. Like I would never.
Oh, okay. You're still talking about the point of whether you would do it or not. Okay. No, I literally was asking the question. You answered it. Okay. Because I thought you had moved past from not doing it to why they feel the way they feel.
I think the issue would come in though that like maybe they've never
Welcome to
had
Fake Deep taking
intimacy,
y'all.
so they've never experienced it, and so when somebody does give it to them, and this would actually probably, in my opinion, lead them to leave the industry, because at some point, like if they are addicted to a person's intimacy that they're giving them, and the person's not comfortable with them being a porn star, then they might like that intimacy more than their actual work and be like, yeah, I'll do something else, and then they would leave. And so, and that's not like oh, you got to save them type thing. It's just that like you just don't know the person until you actually get through them. And some people, they're just like, no, I'm like addicted to sex, and so I decided to just kind of economize my demon, and this is what I do.
Dude,
and
that's
like,
funny you say
okay,
that.
like that's different. Like, because let me finish my point.
Yeah, my bad.
The thing that like I kind of think about when I see this stuff is the same thing with soldiers. Like they have to disconnect. They go to war. They're not always fucking murderers, but they have to come back and disconnect from their job. You know what I mean?
Interesting.
And so you have to kind of like be like, all right, cool. Like they're different people, and when intimacy enters, like they're different people at home. They can go and they can do some crazy stuff, and then come back and still be like a sane person. So you can still approach 100%. Like a porn star with the same mentality. Like they do some crazy stuff, and if you saw it, you would probably be appalled by it. But I mean, that's not who they are 80% of the time, or hopefully who they aren't.
You know what's funny about your point and what it made me think of, Doc?
Well, also, one could argue that the kind of when you kill somebody,
it's a mirror. What Doc just pointed out was you're going to be as bothered by it as much as you value the thing that I'm doing. If I myself don't value sex or see sex as that big of a deal, do I then get as offended by a porn star? You get what I'm saying?
Well,
You
think so,
don't.
yeah.
But if you value sex as a big deal, then what they're doing may offend you.
That's also true. Yeah, because if you're like a complete, like, I would never hurt a single person, and you meet a soldier, you're just like,
Yeah.
ugh, disgusted. by
Kill
you, but-
people. I don't care why.
Yeah.
You kill them. Yeah, I get it. That was a good point. But still,
what were you
just
gonna
know
say?
you don't need.
No, I just want to make the comment when you said that. It's just like I want to make the comment that like one could argue because they go out and do that. It's a level of intimacy that, like some of the murder documentaries, like when people go murder, to them it's like an intimate moment for them.
Mhm.
So it's actually kind of weird that he made that point.
Yeah, those would be
Perfect.
the crazy people that you're like, fuck, all right,
Yeah.
you have like issues, and you're just, I don't know what's wrong with you.
I've been watching Vikings.
think that's
and
why
it's
you
like
would have
a
to
really
kind of
weird
filter
mix-
personality.
They were Vikings were so intimate about killing.
Exactly. Like I'm sorry when you said that, for some reason I just envisioned like
eagle?
the show Vikings, and like sometimes when they made that click, it's kind of weird how like
That eagle is very intimate. If
Yeah.
you think about it. Even their sacrifices.
the
They
blood
come up
eagle.
to 'em,
That's
the
right.
blood eagle is very
Oh, that's some
intimate.
dark shit. We just went on.
Kevin Durant, stop fucking porn stars.
Wow, all that was from Kevin Durant, porn stars.
I mean, don't, because you didn't.
All right, let's. I feel like from where we're at, this would be a weird turn.
Yeah, no, you're good.
Let's go here. I think this is probably more.
Okay, I like to bring up a point about this.
Okay.
It finally happened. I was watching a sports channel, and it's on YouTube, and Max Kellerman from ESPN's First Take, he's opposite Stephen A. Smith, the white guy.
Mm-hmm. What are you talking about?
He had his own show, and he started his show or ended it, and he was like, yeah, I want to talk sports. But why?
I think you told me about this, actually.
He said, but why would I talk sports when every week the Pentagon and the Navy are confirming new UFOs and alien technology? He said, I want to do my job. I do. I just find it strange.
My guy.
That we can continue to talk about sports when aliens possibly exist. And I'm right there with him. I think this is the... Okay, guys.
All right,
I'm
so
just... When they come, if anybody I know acts surprised after not being shocked every time that new report came out, I'm beating the shit out of you. You hear me? You don't. I'm the only person who gets to act shocked and surprised, because y'all didn't act shocked and surprised when they showed you this shit and they told you this week after week, month after month, from 2020 since the beginning of the end of time.
you know what's funny when you see stuff like this? It's kind of, I feel bad for like the older conspiracists who have been like talking about aliens and like they've been
What
right
about the
this
ones who
whole
got
time.
raped, Gene?
That's what I'm right there with you. That's what I'm saying.
They're in their cars. Right now.
Traumatized,
They get in their
bro.
cars.
John's gonna be like,
they
that
just put
guy
their
keeps
key in their
running. He's like,
ignition.
I fucking told you the
I
White Walkers
fucking
were
told you.
coming. I told you.
Put your key in the ignition. You turn the car barely on. Then you hear on the radio, yeah, we've confirmed UFO sightings. And you're one of those guys who got raped by an alien. It's a tough life, man. That's a tough life.
The Na'vi are here.
I hope they're not doing
Getting
shit like
revenge
that,
for
though.
the World
Bro,
Trade.
I just hope it's not like boring where they're like, oh, they just showed up on a ship. I want to see like interdimensional
gosh.
travel.
I don't want
like
to
they
see
just like
none of that
Share
shit.
open the
technology or
fucking
something?
No.
yeah. They just like
I want them
pour
to
a
come here
hole in
on
reality and
accident.
walk through and be like, all right, that's.
I want it to be an
wild.
We're not
accident.
getting that level of technology from some kind
I
of...
want it to be an accident, Gene. Something happened, something blew up, and they don't know how they got here. They just here. I don't need these niggas to be
That'd be
superior
better.
to us in any type of... I need to be able to beat the shit out of one-on-one. Fist fight. I mean, these right here.
This guy.
Give it to them. You understand what I'm saying? I don't... Look, man, this is
You
too
a real whatever you are. Put that
Put that shit down.
Let's see what's
Let's
up.
see what's up. I'm from Brooklyn.
I hope they also look cool, man. Like they come off looking like Leomon, like they're just like lion people. I'd be like, yo, what the fuck?
I want them to look
Dude,
just
I don't-
like
I'd be
us.
so mad if it they're just
I
like
don't want
skinny,
anything
lanky, like
different.
UFOs that are just like highly more advanced in technology and can shoot me. I'm
Nope.
like, man, that's lame.
Nope. Look just like me so I can look at God and say thank you. Oh, you just did this in multiple places. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, you're right. That would be that'd be a better answer.
My heart, you have to understand, it's
But
not
the problem
even that.
is that
Go for
that
it.
would just mean there probably might be within. No, I feel like that's a stretch. Well, maybe within our galaxy, because depending where they come from. Like I said this before, like what if their like habitat
is
is different
constantly
than ours, and with that,
They're
They
ant people.
just could be like
they're
just
they're
we don't know.
lion people.
we
Like
just don't know. It all depends.
I'll tell you
That would
what.
make-
Why
They,
sci-fi
That'd be funny if
trip-
I'll
they're
tell you
just,
what.
like,
They've been
person
here.
looking.
They've been here before we've been there. That's a fact. I don't like that.
It'd be interesting as all.
It's not.
It'd be
Interesting.
interesting if they did look like a
Terrifying.
lot like people. To John's point, like if it was just God kind of creating multiple points of like races in His image,
Mm-hmm.
and so they are very human-like. But then that would bring up the question: would you fuck an alien? They're very human-like.
Hey.
Doc,
Hey.
why are we here again?
No, but listen. We had an interesting talk. Please do not laugh. We have a I can't crack any jokes. Damn. We have a.
I haven't even introduced the topic yet.
No,
this
no.
conversation has
Because we
been-
might not make it. To be honest with you, we have a trans woman at our job, and so they just identify as woman, right? Correct.
Okay.
She has a boyfriend. Is he gay?
The argument
Oh.
would be no.
By their terminology, no. He's a straight man.
But what if we take into account super
But we
straight?
all know. But we all know he's not a straight man. But
What if that's
by
why
their
all
definition,
this stuff
no,
is
he's,
happening,
he's a
man.
straight man. It's like all good, dude. I'm just a super straight
But-
man, dude. I just can't do it.
This makes me wonder, man. What if all the you know like the
that's bringing me to my point with
movement for the
aliens.
LGBTQI, where it's just like we're blending all the lines and stuff like that, and like this gender is that gender, and like all this crazy stuff is happening, where we're really just setting up aliens to show up for some real interracial breeding to start happening.
That's what I'm saying.
Right, so now's
that's
the
my
time.
point.
Now's the
like,
time.
technically speaking, Caitlyn Jenner is a lesbian.
Where are we going with this? We're
My
talking about
point-
aliens.
Yes, we are. We are talking about aliens.
This guy.
Now let's get to the UFOs. But to his point, this is my point. When those aliens come and they're men and if they look like us, do you know the field day that's going to happen with gender roles? That's my whole point. Now, is it gay for a Earth guy and a Mars guy? Or is that the more feminine thing on the, what if we come here and all the men, what if it's the flip? The women are the masculine and the men are the feminine. But the genitalia still match.
That'd be an interesting conversation.
No,
right?
it wouldn't. We got to get rid of them. You got to go.
Gosh.
You got to go. No,
Wrong
actually,
planet.
we kill all the men and they kill all our women and we breed with their women.
Isn't there like a Star Trek episode like that where they go to a planet where all the women are like the dominant like gender?
That's what I'm saying.
No,
Our
yeah, there's-
dominant men,
In every show that has a little sci-fi to it, they've always
our dominant
Even
men,
Futurama, come on.
and their dominant women.
Oh yeah.
And
when
we'll
they go
tell
to the
them, hey,
Amazonian
look.
place.
Yeah,
Hey, look, we got some useless,
yeah.
if y'all can get rid of them, come on home. And they say, hey, look, we got some useless.
I feel some dudes would be about it.
What? I'm on the first ship. I'm on the first ship. I'm jumping off that ship. I'm looking for the smallest one, and I'm beating the brakes off of him. And I'm taking his woman,
This guy.
my big buff Amazonian princess. Because that's what it have to be, right?
What do they say in Futurama? Like, couscous or something like that. It's like their
Yeah.
term
Oh,
for
yeah.
fucking Couscous.
Oh, did you see when they banged them to
Give
death?
Couscous. Yeah.
Not to that, but they banged them.
Well, that was supposed to be death by couscous.
You
They were
know-
gonna do it until his pelvis broke. That was the joke.
He was like, oh, yeah.
then
That
that-
episode was hilarious.
Yeah.
I fucking hate Futurama, too. That's funny.
All right, now let's get into UFOs finally. Wow. Welcome to Fake Deep Taking, y'all. Newly released radar footage shows UFO swarming Navy ship, filmmaker claims. So you have this little radar thing. The center point is the ship, and then these things right there are apparently the UFOs.
Which thing?
Right here, so boom, 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 boom.
This reminds me of that scene from Godzilla when they're watching the fucking
They all look like
Godzilla
satellites.
move- Yeah, they're watching Godzilla move through the water.
I think that's it.
Bro, that's the most terrifying thing ever. I see a UFO go into the water, I will kill myself. I promise you, I will kill myself. If a UFO goes into the water, I'm killing myself. No longer do I want to be here because I don't want to see nothing after that.
Yeah, though, I'm not
God,
gonna
come get
lie.
me.
Of all the possible ways for like aliens to attack and like destroy planets, death by giant monsters is probably the most fucked up one.
Dude.
And there you go, John, shooting into the ocean. Spherical UFO shooting into the ocean.
It's been real, guys. The time
John's like,
is
damn, I gotta think about this.
time is 10:28, June 8th.
Yeah, I forgot they do have to make a thing in June. Trump got that. Yep. So in June they have to have a report that they're supposed to give out about UFOs and aliens in June. So we'll
the
we'll
filmmaker who leaked footage.
we'll see how that goes.
Into
Yo,
the
off the coast
ocean?
of
We're in June.
California.
Into the ocean? Is that not a problem though?
No, it's a complete problem. But in a way, I would argue kind of makes sense. If you can find a way, capability
In
to travel through
space?
space, you can definitely have a ship that can withstand the pressures of the ocean. Because if you
Dude,
hit a
the
freaking
water
meteor,
probably not even touching
a
them.
meteor, just a small little thing out there in space.
The water's not even touching the ship. It's probably just floating around the ship. Man, I'm good, dude. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, even driving fast cars, driving a NASCAR, you know how hard that is to drive a car at 200 miles plus, 100 miles plus, 150 or whatever plus, and be able to navigate and turn on time and do stuff. My eye and hand-eye coordination skills are not able to do that. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So an alien that can maneuver a ship that's traveling what? How fast? I mean, talking about breaking barriers? Physically, they're already superior.
So they just said that that's all it is. Their comment is UFOs hovering over the USSR Russell on July 19th is authentic. So that little radar clip is authentic.
Yeah, but we don't know what
But they don't
on
know
the
what it
radar
is, so
is.
they're just calling it, So it might not be alien. They're saying it could just be foreign technology we've never seen before. They're not revealing it to the public. Maybe that's another conspiracy theory.
But also, what's making their
There's
activity
previously
peak?
released footage of mysterious flying object hovering in the near Navy vessel. I think this is the one that where it shot back down into the ocean. This little clip right here. This shot.
I think this stuff has always been happening. It's just kind of gotten more popular and acceptable to talk about it in the mainstream.
And also our capabilities of
Recording.
I was gonna say along the lines of what was it, tracking and all that kind of stuff. It's gotten better. Like that one clip we watched, that episode we did, when a ship was flying and he was like trying to there was like, dude, this thing's going fast. And the shape of it, that's what blew them.
Dude, I mean,
We're also getting ready for
I wish I
alien
could put this
integration.
mic to my heart so y'all could hear it beating fast. Like, y'all think I'm playing. Like, this shit has me shook.
So
Y'all did not comment on my last point. For them to even fly this shit, they have to be better than us physically.
not necessarily.
Hand-eye coordination, they shooting shit better. How could you pilot something moving that fast?
What if he was crashing, bro?
Yeah, all right. All these videos don't look like crashing. I'll tell you what. We fly rocket ships, and guess how we do it? Fucking straight line. Because it's going too fucking fast for any man or human being
Not
to
for
fucking
jets,
handle.
though. I mean, jets,
Yeah,
they
a
can-
jet. Yeah, let's compare a jet to a spaceship. Our rocket that leaves the Earth is not piloted by the astronauts. For real. So that's our best, talking about space-wise. We'll go in there.
To
You
me,
know
it's
what?
weird that it's still like discs, though, and stuff like that, like triangles. And maybe I've read too much like cheesy sci-fi books, but I remember the coolest like versions were always the like fluid ones, the ones that were like gels that were just like flying in the air that would like move and stuff, crazy shapes. But they're always just like triangles and discs, and I'm like, that's cool.
No,
It's still
John's
crazy
right.
how they make them work, but
They have that
don't
ship that's
know.
capable of all that. Like, we are severely outclassed. Just something as simple as that.
Bro. Man, let's end
yeah,
this
like a
shit,
ball
bro.
of mercury that just like turns
Dude.
into like shit. Like,
Ugh. Dude, what can you do? We cannot do anything against
Yeah, it's funny when we talk about aliens now. It's not necessarily to talk about it. It's like I feel like we've all accepted. Like, dude, what's going on?
it's just
You're teasing us. At
Maybe-
some
you
point, it
have
seems
to
like.
remind me that I'm this scared every time. That's all this is. I'm really terrified of aliens. That's a real fear I have. Wow.
Maybe our
Swarming.
germs will kill him.
Huh?
That's a hope.
Yeah. Just
Man,
hope the germs.
I
take
just
him out.
hope
But
they get
that-
off these ships. I hope, first off, if they somehow they have to get off these ships to accomplish their goals.
Mhm.
And I hope they 3 feet tall, fat, non-athletic. And I just hope they're not bulletproof. That's all I need.
Mhm.
Every American will put their gun in the sky and shoot some shit. I swear to God, we gonna hit all of them.
Bro, you're gonna see fucking Leomon get off the ship and he's
Texas?
like, God,
Them motherfuckers
damn
not
it."
flying over Texas.
Like, fuck this.
You're gonna have one guy with a bell in Texas. He'll say, "Now, everybody!" Everybody's just gonna start shit.
Well, one could argue if these aliens are as sophisticated as they are,
Please don't.
level of influence. Because
Please
if
don't.
you're gonna try, if you're that
Ugh.
smart, depending on if we're gonna argue morals now, because that's
Oh,
part of the
Gene,
argument now
please.
with aliens, their morals. You
Gene.
hope they're good people, right?
Gene,
So if that is let's try to hope that is their goal. If that is their goal, then would you try to influence a level of
is it
conditioning?
observation? Is it harvesting? Is it cooperation they eventually want? Is it the fact that they haven't acted aggressively means, like you said, they have conscious. They have a process. They're an intelligent life form, so they have a
Mhm.
process regardless.
Mhm.
Now, what they do with that process determines if they have a conscience or not. And what is a conscience? Let me tell you something, Gene. Let me tell you something, Gene. If aliens exist, right? What the fuck is a spirit or a soul? If there's multiple types of aliens out here, to an alien, what is a spirit or a soul if we're trying to explain that concept? We might be talking about nothing.
They might have
Please
their own
don't, please
religion, which would be interesting to hear.
You get what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying? We're talking about
Real
conscious
di-
and
yeah.
moral. What? Morals?
Well, think about this.
Just
think about
because.
What if their species doesn't replicate through sex? If it's asexual, it buds, and it's a I don't know, a time of year that certain people who have developed a growth or something like that are ready to bud, and then the species then replicates, and it doesn't do anything with sex. Imagine if you took out sex from the human race, how hard religion would change. And so if they have their own religion and sex doesn't exist to them, it's gonna be completely fucking different than what we think it is.
Sex would change our religion so much. Want me to tell you why? The first miracle that everybody really cares about is Jesus. And she was born without sex. He was born without sex. And so now if you take away sex, duh, he was born without it. He was budded. What the fuck? The questions that
So
really...
I think it would explain the Savior, but it wouldn't explain a lot of the following rules that were built around Christianity or around sex.
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm agreeing with you. I'm saying that it would drastically change our Jesus wouldn't even be as...
Well, my argument, hold on, real quick. My argument when
Would
I
he
say,
be a miracle?
Yeah,
our
it would have to
definition,
be.
Yeah.
If he was... No, I'm saying if we took away sex from our religions and Jesus and just left it the way it was, Jesus wouldn't be technically a miracle because we'd all be born without sex.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting.
And
I don't know.
also...
we would just have to know somehow that he was the Son of God.
Could you imagine trying to...
some kind of a sign?
Could you imagine trying... First off, the fact that they haven't communicated with us means they don't care. Be dead ass honest with you.
Well, we don't know that. They could be communicating with the government.
Why?
Talking about it.
If they've seen the government and our governments, honestly speaking, any alien species that's watched any government on this earth would not communicate with the government. Let's be real. For what? Why would I need to play by your rules? Why do I need to listen to your rules? Why do I care? Could you imagine the alien coming to Earth and me trying to explain something? What? Well, our vending machines, we got to put the dollar in like this because if the dollar doesn't face up. Nigga, I don't care. I'm an alien. That's why I'm saying none of this really matters. The aliens will choose to do with us what they want to do with us. When that time comes, we'll be notified. If God exists, unfortunately, we weren't the chosen ones. Like that's just plain and simple, right? That's what I'm saying. So imagine aliens coming to me trying to explain Jesus, but no, you don't understand. I'm Jewish. I'm from Israel. I'm part of the chosen what? Chosen what? People? We the chosen planet, motherfucker. Like, what are you talking to me about? That's what I'm saying. All of this, like morals, even a compass, is not. It's possible. It's just not Wednesday yet for them.
I guess for me, it's more of a. You're right. It's. I guess if it come moral, I guess morals. It comes down to that. I guess God, like who is their God, blah blah blah. I would hope
God.
I would hope it just comes down to like the belief of creation, that creation is goodness. If they have that fundamental core, no matter where it stems from, like
I'll do
I
you
would
one
hope.
better.
That's just
What
what
if
hope
the-
is. That's hope.
But
What if the nigga that started them is still with them? We're like, we're God. No, I did this. The alien, he's like, no, I did this.
But
It was
what
me.
John's describing, humans have already done before, though. So, like, when you had you guys saw Vikings. When you saw the Vikings and the Danes interact with the people from Wessex, they didn't believe in the same religion. They didn't believe in God the same
Not
way,
at all.
and they acted as such. They were just like, "Who the fuck is
What
this
the
guy?"
fuck are you
And they
talking
just,
about?
Like, slapped and kept killing people.
The very
Yeah.
first scene in Vikings when they go to, not scene, but when they make it to Wessex the first time, and they go into the church, and they're like, it was like fighting.
Exactly.
They just looked at them, they're like, huh?
Or a little bit of spoilers when the king and Ragnar had that conversation
Mm-hmm.
privately.
Yeah, and they
Oh.
compare their religions.
A
I think
metaphor,
that's
too.
what would happen. They're like what we hold sacred, they wouldn't, and we'd conflict about it. And then at some point, maybe an intellectual from their side would think about like why we worship the religion we do. And
Eventually,
then they would, like.
but I'll
then
tell
there
you
would
what,
be discord.
our Marines are the first people we send in for war. They don't read books in these people's houses. They don't go charging in and like, oh, save that art. That might be useful. No, they go in, they kick ass. And eventually we come back later and we're like, oh, let's try and preserve some things. They're not sending their scholars first.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm looking forward to the next episode when we talk about aliens and that be what they had to talk about in the report. That's gonna be a fun episode. I'm looking forward to that episode actually.
I'm not.
All right, we're past an hour. I think that's enough fake deep taken for today, guys. Make sure you follow our Twitter at Podcast FDT. Follow our YouTube page, Fake Deep Thinking. Follow our Facebook page. Search up Fake Deep Thinking. Leave a like, comment, share, subscribe. See you next time on Fake Deep Thinking. Peace.
We are the men in black.